everybody? My name is Floyd and this is Floyd's Tech Reviews, and today I got for you guys a new monitor. See your boy moving up in the world. But yeah, this is a really cool monitor. This is an Omen 27i, and let me get up and show you something right quick. So what drew my attention to this monitor, I wanted something that was really sleek, that caught my attention as far as design. Something with LEDs, but it wasn't like too crazy. A lot of the LG monitors that I saw, they would have like a hint of red in there, or like some plastic green or something thrown in there. But this monitor, the design, first of all, is really nice. So at the back, you got this little square design. It's kind of like it's like a perfect square back here, and you got this little cool LED design. Oh, let me move around. It's kind of hard to get a shot. I already got everything set up, but it's just super sleek off the back of it. And on the front, the bezels on the top and on the side are really thin. The only bezel that's kind of thicker than the rest is at the bottom, but that's no problem for me. As far as the stand goes up and down really smooth. And on the back of this monitor, it has a built-in headphone holder. I don't know if you can see the logo. There you go. See, I got that cool little headphone stand built in. I'm charging my headphones, that's why they're sitting up here. But I'm gonna throw them on there just so you can see it works, you know. So it's pretty cool. I probably won't use the headphone stand, but it's nice that it's like that. As you can see, my wife bought me a nice headphone stand. Shout out to her. Thank you, baby. Love you. She bought it for, well, I think it was for my birthday last year. But anyway, the design on this thing is really nice. I love the build quality. The slide is really nice. It doesn't turn left to right. It doesn't swivel like this monitor right here. But as far as like gaming and productivity and stuff like that, this is a perfect monitor in my opinion, as far as design goes. Now there are some things that this monitor falls short on, but and I kind of had a big debate about it. So it's an IPS panel, and those of you who don't know, IPS, they're known for their good viewing angles. So if you look at my monitor from this side, it's the same brightness as it would be from this side, or up or down, you know. But if you'll notice this other monitor that's right next to it, as you go this way, it gets darker, and as you go this way, it gets lighter. And that's kind of why I have it at kind of at a slant this way, so it's more bright for me. But yeah, I love the viewing angles, perfect. But the con to that with IPS panels is the backlights. Like when you get to a darker scene, let me try to pull up something dark right quick. But yeah, when you're on all white screens, this thing is really nice, really bright, really clear. You can see everything really good. Just gotta find something dark. I'm just Google black and see what comes up on Google. Alright. Click on it, amplify it. Oh, come on. Stuff always act up whenever you're trying to show somebody something. Alright, let me just pull a Twitch. They're pretty dark. Excuse me. Okay, you can stop that. Alright. I'm just gonna pull up my Twitch, since you know I ain't really got no subscribers like that on Twitch. So if you're on Twitch and you watching this video, subscribe to my Twitch. There it is, right there. Orconomic. I'm also Orconomic on Xbox, if y'all didn't know. Alright, so you see here, this is black, but the IPS panels, they're not as dark as any other panel. So it is kind of bad whenever it's dark in your room. Like if you're playing a game in a dark room and you got black or darker scenes, you can definitely tell that the quality isn't, that it's not deep dark black. But as far as quality, I used the wrong word there. Deep dark blacks aren't as black, but the quality is still great. This panel is a 2K resolution panel, which is pretty much a 1440p. Let me get the exact numbers. I don't know the numbers off the top of my head. Let's see. System display. Here we go. It's a 2560 by 1440p monitor, which is pretty much 2K display. And two reasons why I bought this monitor. One is for gaming, obviously, and two is for editing videos. This is a very color accurate monitor, besides the blacks, but who really cares? And it doesn't support HDR, which is one of the things that kind of made me say, I don't know if I want it or I do want it. And here's the thing, here's what made me get this monitor even though it doesn't have HDR. I don't really care, one, for HDR. Like whenever you look into it and actually do your research on it, it doesn't really justify paying extra money. It's really just a rating. And I play games on Xbox, not on PC, so, and I'll get into that later as to why I don't play on my PC. When you're playing on Xbox or any other game really, or PlayStation or whatever, you have to, the game that you're playing has to support HDR to begin with. Like if you play a certain type of game, like I'm into shooting games, not really into adventurous games. I've tried well, it's not new anymore, but the Star Wars game, I tried that. I can't really get too into it, but I think that one supports HDR. But the type of games that I play specifically, I wouldn't really take benefit for the HDR and paying extra for it anyway. And two, another reason, a lot of the screens that do support HDR around this price range, they don't look like this. As I described earlier, they got like that red in there, or they just have like just weird color combinations that doesn't really look good. And I bought this because it looks good and it serves all of the purposes that I need it for. So the only two bad things that kind of made me go you know, it was the HDR and the deep dark blacks, but that was it. And one more thing that I want to bring up for those of you who don't have a PC is this monitor comes with an app that you can use on your computer. It's called let me see. This app is called Omen Gaming Hub. And whenever I unbox this thing, you know how you usually have these controls on the back of your monitor. So go under here and you have your little, wait, let me see. You got these little settings. You can go down and change all of this stuff. Well, you can't really change it. Like it's changing my monitor, but when you go to select it, hear me pressing the button, it won't change it. It'll display it for you just so you can see the difference, but as far as changing these settings, you can't change it. And that's bad for people who don't have PC, because if you're playing on Xbox and you're trying to change your refresh rate or your response time or your quality or anything like that, you can't do it straight off the monitor, which I feel like is kind of dumb. But at the same time, I have a PC, so it was, and my Xbox is literally plugged in at the same time as my PC, so it's not that much of a problem for me specifically, but for anybody else, that may cause a major inconvenience. And I think this monitor is basically built for those who are PC gaming anyway, and you're plugging it up to your computer, and you have that display port or whatever. So, I don't know, it's kind of up and down. If you're buying this just for an Xbox or just for PS4, and you don't have a computer and you don't plan on getting a computer no time soon, I would suggest getting like an LG or something like that. You may not like the design, but once you get this, you can't change much. I mean, I think you can only change your brightness in the settings off of this off of the settings buttons on your actual display. But besides that, man, it kind of sucks. But you need this app. So I'm gonna show you around this app right quick. So you have your Omen 27i, or it's gonna show whatever display that you're on. You can change the video output here. So you got movie, warm, cold, the same things I was showing you earlier. You can change it here, and then you have to apply it there. So I have it on gaming. And as far as lights go, you can't change the lights either. You have to use this app. So again, if you don't have a computer, you're kind of stuck out there, but thank the Lord I have one. So you can change the colors to color cycle. You can do like a breath effect where it's kind of like this, where it just breathes on there, but it's the same color. Or you can have it just as a task light for this bottom light. You got two lights. You got this one on the bottom. It's kind of like an accent light down here, and you have one on the back, the one I showed you earlier. So at the bottom is like a task light. You can change it to all white, and it'll just beam all white just like that. And you can change the brightness on here. You can change everything. You can see it's getting brighter and brighter, more dim. So you have full control over that stuff, but you need to have a computer just to take advantage of that. So that's another downside, but it's not a downside for me because I have a computer. Oh yeah, and if you're interested in any of these wallpapers, you can find it at My Interface Lift, I think, or Interface Lift actually. Yeah, that's what it's called, Interface Lift. I'll put it. I'll type it in as I'm editing the video so you can see. If you were a tech fan for a long time and you know where Erica Griffin is, she's the one who put me on to Interface Lift a long time ago. I think I was in maybe middle school watching her videos, and she always had some cool wallpapers. So shout out to her. And so yeah, and oh yeah, also on that website Interface Lift, you're able to change which resolution that you want. If it's wide, or if it's like a portrait, or if you're getting it for your phone, you can change the resolution to fit, you know, your actual device. So each wallpaper is tailored to your specific screen, so it's important to know your resolution before you go on there. If you have a computer, it'll automatically know what display what you're looking on, but if you're searching on your phone, you have to know it, or just do a quick Google search and it'll pop up. But yeah, the quality on these wallpapers are really, really good. You see the detail on the trees there. They're really, really pretty. But yeah, overall, 10 out of 10 for me. I don't really have that much experience with monitors, so, you know, take that with a grain of salt. I've come from, you know, not that great of monitors. Really, I've only had two. I had this one, Samsung one, the one that came with the computer, which is this little Dell monitor, which is kind of trash. And then I got this one. So I don't know. It's the best one that I've had so far, and it's everything that I've needed, and probably and more. Really, it's 165 hertz. My Xbox only goes up to 120. My computer goes 165, but I can't play games on that really. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, and I told you I would go into why I game on my Xbox and not my computer. Reason number one is I ain't got that type of money. If you're into PCs, you know that PCs can get really expensive, and the parts, and the supporting parts and things like that can get pretty expensive. And as far as like what you get for the price, I think buying an Xbox or buying a console, or any console really, it doesn't have to be Xbox. For the price that you're paying for what you get, I think that a console is the smarter way to go. Granted, you still have to pay for that online fee, things like that. So the price continually just keeps going and going and going. But most people don't really need computers nowadays. I literally just bought this computer specifically for video editing and had some nice lights to kind of go with my desk flow here. Or I had an idea of what I wanted to do with a desk once I got it. So I was just trying to put everything together. This is my first ever computer that I've bought for myself, actually. So, a lot of this stuff I'm just getting into, and I'm figuring things out as I go. But I've always been a tech nerd. I've always liked watching tech YouTube videos. I've always been into smartphones and things like that. I've always wanted the latest and greatest smartphone. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Look forward to some other videos. I'm probably going to make a bunch of them today now that I have a bunch of, I don't have a bunch of free time, but I'm off today and I'm feeling motivated. So I'm going to be recording more videos, putting them all together. The time will vary for editing because I'm not going to edit all of these videos today unless I kind of keep a lot of this stuff in here. But I appreciate everybody who stayed up until this point. Thanks for supporting me and subscribing to my channel in my early stages. There's much more to come, and I appreciate you all, love you all, and y'all have a good day. See you on the next one.